So today we're going to keep working in chapter 7 on the tackle the task on page 152. So first of all, make sure you're signed into the test drive account. Make sure it says Craig's Design and Landscaping Services up here at the top. We are going to set up inventory products. So in order to do that, we're going to go to the gear menu, products and services. We're going to add a new service, so the green button on the right. We're going to set up inventory products first, so we're going to go to inventory. The first one is a large metal bird bath. Initial quantity on hand is going to be 0. Our sales price, that's the price that we are going to sell them for, $54. And then the cost is going to be $15.95, which means we are paying $15.95 for those metal bird baths, and then we're selling them for $54. Instead of clicking save and close, I'm going to go to save and new because I have another inventory product to put in. Oh, so I'm getting an error message saying I must have a date for the initial quantity on hand. I know the textbook tells us to use 9/15/2026, but if I try that, it will not let me put in 9/16/2026 or 15. So if I try that as the date, it's going to give you this invalid date. You're just going to have to pick whatever your date is that you're finishing this or working on this. And then again, I'm going to go to save and new. There at save, you can see over here, it told me that the large metal bird bath inventory products have been saved. So now I'm going to do it again for ground lights. Initial quantity on hand is going to be 0. This time I put the date in for today's date. Again, your date will be different, and that's okay. Our sales price for these is going to be $25. When we scroll down, we're going to put in a cost of $6.05. This time I'm going to go to save and close because the next products I'm going to enter is going to be a non-inventory product. So I'm going to go to the new. I'm going to go to non-inventory this time. First thing I'm going to put in is pest control. Sales price for those are going to be $5. You're going to have to click this purchasing information and put in the cost of $1.59. I'm going to save a new here because I want another non-inventory product, and that's going to be a custom glass bird bath. Custom glass bird bath. Our sales price we're going to leave blank. We're going to say that we purchase it from a vendor, but again, we're not given a purchase cost because these are custom bird baths. They're not all going to cost the same amount. So I'm going to save and close that. That's going to put in our non-inventory product there. So you can see actually it's right here at the top. Now I'm going to go down and create some purchase orders. So I'm going to go plus new, down to vendors and purchase order. So I'm going to have to choose a vendor. Here I need to put in Paul's Metal Works. I'm going to have to add Paul's Metal Works. I'm going to go ahead and click the details option here so I can add in the address. Address for this one is going to be 17 Monte Road, Bayshore, California. I'll click save here. So that's going to save Paul's Metalworks as a vendor. It's going to go ahead and save their address for us. Here we're going to add in large metal bird baths. We'll click that. We're going to change the quantity to 6. So my total here, $95.70. I'm going to click save and new for this one because I want another purchase order for 20 bags of pest control pellets. Oh, and you know what? On that last one, I didn't change the date. Make sure you change the date to 916 on that last one. So I'm actually going to close out of this. I'm going to go change the old one. So you can see right here's that purchase order I just put in. It has the wrong date. So I'm going to go in and I'm just going to change that date to 9/16/2026. I'm going to save it and I'm going to close out of it. So that's just going to change the date for me. And then I'm going to go back to the next purchase order. Going to make sure I change that date to start off with so I don't forget like I did on the last one. We're purchasing pest control pellets and ground lights from Hicks Hardware. So Hicks Hardware is already in here, so we're going to click Hicks Hardware. We don't want to pre-fill our purchase order, so we're just going to say no. This one's telling us that it's going to be shipped via UPS, so I'm going to go ahead and fill that in there. I'm going to add in the 20 pest control pellets and ground lights. So I'm going to get 20 pest control pellets and 24 ground lights from Hicks Hardware. Going to be $177. We're going to click Save and New. We have another purchase order to put in. This time our purchase order is from Tanya's Nursery. So Tanya's Nursery is already in there as a vendor. Our purchase order date's going to be 9/20/2026. We're going to scroll down, product or service. In this case, we want a custom bird bath. I'm going to go ahead and put the description in here. I'm going to say we're getting 2 red and 2 green. This is red/orange and 2 green custom. Change your quantity to 4. Here they tell you that they're $45 each, so we're going to put $45 in here for the rate. And then we have a customer field here because these are for customer Kate. So we're going to click Kate as our customer. So that's going to give us a total of $180. We're going to click Save and Close this time. So the next thing we need to do is receive the products that we have purchased. So on 9/20, we received the products we purchased from Paul's Metalworks on 9/16, and we paid with MasterCard. So in order to receive those, we're just going to put in a new bill from Paul's Metalworks. And you'll see as soon as I click Paul's Metalworks, this purchase order pops up over here that we had just entered. So we're going to click Add. We're going to add that purchase order to our bill. We're going to save and schedule a payment. Let's see if we can. Oh. Nope, don't do this. Go back. All right. So then we're going to go to pay bills. And we just want that one from Paul's Metalworks. We're paying it with the MasterCard. We're going to save and close. So it's going to mark that one bill as paid. The other way we could do this is plus new. Another bill. This time from Hicks Hardware. Again, as soon as we type that in there and hit enter, Hicks Hardware's purchase order shows up here to the side. So we're going to add that purchase order. This time for Hicks Hardware, we were given terms of 15 days. So we're going to go ahead and enter that. It was actually given to us for the purchase order section, but we're actually using it down here for when we receive the products. And then for this one, we're being asked to enter in a $6 delivery fee. So that's going to go in our category details. And delivery is actually not in here as a category, so we're going to have to add it. If you're not sure where this goes, a delivery is going to be an expense. And then it's not advertising or promotional, so we're going to scroll down and see if there's something that fits better. So shipping, freight, and delivery would be the detail type on this one. I'm going to leave it named delivery, and I'm going to close that. So it's going to save that as delivery. The amount here was $6. So that's going to give us a total of $183. We're going to save and new. So we can put in the bill for Tanya's Nursery. So Tanya's Nursery, again, once you type that in, the purchase order is going to show up on the right side. Go ahead and click it. The terms for Tanya's Nursery was 10 days, so net 10. I'm going to go ahead and put the customer in here. Whoops, actually it's already in there. Just wasn't showing up for us. So I'll just double check things, $180 for those custom bird baths for Kate. This time we're going to save and close. Close this out. And that's the end of that part. Now we're going to go down to selling some products. So on 9/22, we sold 4 large metal bird baths and 10 ground lights to Amy's Bird Sanctuary. The terms were net 10. So as soon as they tell me net 10, we know that we're not receiving payment for those. So we're going to go ahead and put in an invoice. Again, since I just said it, our terms are net 10. So I'm going to go ahead and change that. Our invoice date is going to be 9/22/2026. Our customer's Amy's Bird Sanctuary. She's actually at the top of the list. We don't want to add this item over here. So we're just going to click this little arrow to close that so we don't accidentally click on it. This time our product or service is going to be the large metal bird baths. We want 4 of them. You'll see the rate automatically calculates for us. And then we're going to add in 10 ground lights. So we've got 4 large metal bird baths, 10 ground lights. Terms 10 days. We got the right dates in there. We want to make sure we're using the correct interest rate here. They told us earlier in this chapter that we were going to use an interest rate that was different. Oh, but this says just use California. So we're just going to leave it on California. It should be 8%. So here I've got my total being 503.28. So we're going to save and new. Our next customer is going to be Diego. So Diego Rodriguez. Oh, but Diego's paying us, so we don't want an invoice. So I'm going to close this real fast. And I'm going to write Diego a sales receipt because he's paying me. So Diego Rodriguez, our sale date on this one is going to be 9/22. His payment method is a check. That reference number on the check is 8595. Make sure you're depositing to undeposited funds. And then we're selling Diego a rock fountain. So there's a rock fountain. Pest control pellets. And ground lights, 6 of them. So we're going to change the quantity on this one to 6. So we have the rock fountain, 1 bag of pest control pellets, 6 ground lights. And then notice this says Diego has a reseller's permit, so there's no sales tax. So we want to go over here to the right-hand side and uncheck these boxes that are charging Diego sales tax. So you'll see that now our subtotal that's taxable is 0. So no tax will be charged to Diego. So here his total is just going to be $430. We are going to save and close. Because the next one we're selling to Kate, a special order bird baths at $115 each. We're going to add California sales tax with net 10 days to pay. So we're going to go plus new invoice. We're going to add Kate as our customer. Our sales day is 9/30/2026. She has 10 days to pay, so net 10. She's ordering special order bird baths. So we're going to the custom glass bird baths. Custom because it's special order. And she's just getting one of these. For $115. We're going to add that California sales. Whoops, I typed this in the wrong spot. Quantity is going to be 1. The rate is going to be $115 there. We're going to tax them. We're going to have to select 8% California sales tax, and that's going to take the amount to $124.20. And then we're going to save and close. Next thing we need to do is an inventory adjustment. So one of the large metal bird baths is destroyed by a runaway forklift. We need to adjust the inventory. So we're going to go to plus new, and then we're going to go inventory quantity adjustment right here. So our adjustment date is actually going to be 9/25/2026. Inventory shrinkage, the product is going to be the large metal bird baths. So right now we have 2 on hand. We're going to change that to 1 because one of those large metal bird baths was again destroyed by that forklift. That's all we've got to put in for this. So we're going to save and close. That'll adjust our quantity on hand. So then we need to prepare some reports. So we're going to prepare a report for all dates for the balance of the large metal bird bath. So we're going over to reports. We want the inventory valuation detail. So we want all dates at the top. We'll run the report. So when we look at this, it's telling us that the balance of large metal bird baths is $15.95. So we're going to scroll down and look for that large metal bird bath. You can collapse some of these if you want. Oh, so right here's the large metal bird bath. I'm going to look at this asset value down here in the corner. The asset value right now is $15.95. So that matches what we're supposed to have. We're supposed to now export this report to Excel. So we're going to hit this button right here to export it. The instructions tell us to export to Excel, but it's easier if you just export it to PDF. Google Classroom does not like Excel files, so just export it to a PDF. It should look similar to this. If you have these lines expanded, that's okay. And then we're going to save this. Your computer might work a little bit differently than mine, but I'm going to save it. And then I'm asked to save this as CH07 for chapter 7, TTT for tackle the task, and then inventory valuation. Yeah. Save that, and you are done with the tackle the task for chapter number 7.